Right, how are you doing? Welcome to Bolton Ergon Society. I'm having to film on my phone, which I'm hoping is going to stay stood up against the fence. And I've got a funny feeling that I might get interrupted and have to pause in a minute. Did bring my camera, forgot to put the memory card in it, so it's made doing men day anyway. I think first thing I want to bring to attention is my Sykes fairburn commando knife, which I got at a bargain price, second hand. I'm hoping this is in camera. As you can see, it's got the SAS insignia welded onto the handle, which made it just that bit more special to me. So it's like a brass pommel top that's been painted over. There's only one application for this knife in World War II. It was a killing machine, nothing more. You weren't chopping wood with this or anything like that. It's not what you call a box opener. This is a killing machine, and if you look at the depth of blade, it's doing a good job when it goes in. I'm just focusing on the E-Ruders winds and hope that it's coming in camera. And then morning chaps. Chapesses. So yeah, that's the Sykes fairburn. I'm not over keen on this sheath that it's coming. It's supposed to be a replica of the official sheath. The knife is an official knife, but that's far too loose at the top there, so perhaps it's just that the elasticity's gone out of it. But as you can see, it rattles about, and if you were moving around that would fall out, and of course that's hit you on the foot. It wouldn't stop at just hitting you on the foot. So anyway, that's the famous Sykes fairburn commando knife from World War II. And moving on, I'm going to move on to we're moving on to the M48 Hawk from United Cutlery, combat axe. This has come with a nice sharp edge to it, and sharp impaling points on there. The handle is some sort of hardened plastic. It's got a nice swing to it. That would cut like a knife anyway, and even that has a bit of an edge on it. So yeah, this is a copy of the combat tomahawk, and it would do its job in combat. In fact, this is a piece of telegraph pole which is been cut down, you know, for carrying telephone wires and electric cables and such like. Wasn't too hard to swing, and as you can see, well and truly in combat that do some real damage, and it looks like it's going to be a real good woodcraft type knife, axe as well. And we're swiftly following on with the Condor replica of, it's supposed to be a replica of the axe used in Vietnam, which was used both for combat and for menial tasks, opening fuel cans and stuff with this end. It didn't come sharpened like the other one, but it's still done a job. You can see it's quite okay. I have used this one and it did quite well. The only thing I don't like is this handle. This handle isn't as ergonomic as the other handle I showed you, and it's quite a chunk. I mean, I've got quite big hands, but I'm having to get a good all-round grip on that too. And a few times I have found that when you're sweating, it doesn't soak into the wood because it's oiled wood, so it starts to slip a bit in your hand. So at some point I'm going to have to shape that handle so that it's a little bit more ergonomic. But as you can see, made in El Salvador, the condor, since 1787, but obviously being a Vietnam used axe, isn't around then. One that I won on eBay, Viking bearded axe, the squared off version. As you can see, it's loose on this piece of wood. It moves about and slides. I'm not happy about the piece of wood anyway, really, but it's what it came with, because I was just happy to have a Viking axe that has been made in a particular way, and it was made by people who a society to do with Viking reenactment and making their own villages and such like. What's this furlock? It's not been sharpened, as you can see. It's got quite a dulled edge. It's been left to me to sharpen it, and I think that might have been a requirement of going through post. So the top end will go in, but this wasn't just a wood cutting axe. I'm being careful here now because I don't want the end to fly off. Not just a wood cutting axe though, this was a combat blade. I suppose like the others, but I can see some sense in this shape and handle. When you're not going into the full swing like that, you can hold it close quarters and you've got a blade like a knife there, and when that's sharpened up, that'll do. Good job. And contrary to what you're ever shown at sports karate classes and such like, people do not telegraph move when they're coming into you with these things. With the knife, it'd be more like that, and blocking that. Also, you could hook somebody's arm, shield or sword with that. I have actually got a larger version of this which I'm waiting to get an axe handle on, and it's about this big and weighs about 3 pounds in weight. Nice heavy steel smashing axe, and that's it for today on this review anyway. Sunny hot day down at Bolton Urban Society. Again, coming back to the Sykes Fairburn commando knife, this is just one of those knives that's again a bit of a grail knife, and unlike the cookery though, which is my other real grail knife, it has one purpose, like I said. There isn't going to be any chopping and box cutting with this thing. This is a killing blade, short and simple, and I'm not quite sure how well balanced this is with an SAS badge weighed onto it. It's front heavy. It'd probably take an expert to throw it and make it stick in blade first, as many could, but that brass pommel at you in the back of the head, if it doesn't make a hole in your head, it's going to lay you out, no problem. In fact, the whole handle is cast in brass, so very nice. Very chuffed with that one. I'll be doing a couple more videos soon. I've got a lot more axes, more along the throwing axe type thing, and there's a few things that I want to. Somebody's asked me to do. Somebody's asked me to do a video based on on background. Yeah, one of my American subs off YouTube has asked me to do that, so that'll be one of my next videos that I'll be doing, and I'll do it on a proper camera instead of my phone propped up against a fence. Just one thing that I want to throw in, there was recently an attack on Quality Jackson, and I was asked to go along and have a look at the so-called proof that had been put up. But I was quite amazed to find that there are quite a few people that I respect on my subs list on YouTube and Facebook had jumped in with the rah 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 and hadn't used any logical sense in assessing what was going on. There was a video there that showed the side of a bus with weird music in the background, and it was a government poster saying illegal immigration is going to be addressed, and this is what Quality Jackson had pointed out. Quality Jackson, I've been through all his stuff, he's not a racist, he is a nationalist, but he's not a racist. He doesn't want illegal people coming here, he doesn't want this country filling up with people who don't pay their way, and I don't blame him. There's nothing racist in that, I feel the same. People said they were going to unsub him. Well, to be honest, he's a sterling bloke, and I'm quite sure that the what's it called, the geographical TV programmes would not have bothered making a film with him in if they hadn't gone through his stuff first. Believe me, he is a sterling bloke. I've spoke to him many times, and he got my support, because there was no logical proof or sense. When I questioned the video, I was the way it was typed was somebody was screaming, "What the fuck? Don't you read what's in the shouts?" No, because the shouts weren't proof. This was about Quality Jackson, and so-called proof that he was a racist. And other than a rant rolling down a page that people had joined in rah rah rah, there was no proof there at all. There was nothing logical or sensible. I did manage to see the other videos, and again, they weren't racist. They were nationalist, but they weren't racist. Being racist would mean they would be against all races, and he wasn't. He was against immigration, illegal immigration. Get that in your heads, illegal immigration. If you go back and look at everything logically, sensibly, and ignore all the rants that are not proof, I see that there's nothing there that says Quality Jackson is a racist. So I just thought I'd get that in, and I was quite happy when Jace at Foxwood Knives addressed the situation as well. The same thing, there's just nothing logical there, nothing sensible there. It's just a rant by somebody who doesn't like Quality Jackson. And for people who I respected to have joined in, I went away quite upset actually, because I would have expected more of them people. So anyway, I'll leave it there. But he's a sterling bloke. For any air gunners out there that are going to the Midland Game Fair, Ted of Red Gun USA is coming over for a visit. I'll be having a meet up with him at least on one of the days, if not both. And sterling bloke, makes great programmes here on YouTube. Head over there and see his stuff. It's worthwhile. And the way he presents everything. Mint guy. I've been asked to do, like I said, by Serene Madness, a video about the background of who I am and what I am and my life. And I was going to say no at first, but then I thought no, because I sat down and watched Superfly Fat Guy touring around his neighbourhood and pointing things out that you don't see in American TV programmes. So it was good to see, culture on the other side of the pond and how it's going. I mean, I've been talking to an American family for over 3 years now, 4 years now on online, and even got to meet one of them, and I must admit it was good to see another side of it that you don't normally see. So yeah, I will have an attempt at that. As a response to Serene, who I respect. He's a lovely guy, and so is Mini Magnus. But anyway, I think I've probably gone on too long now, and I'm probably not even in camera, but oh well, these things happen. So for now, keep well, keep good. Catch you later.